I completed my residency in 2020 and have been practicing in Louisville, Kentucky for 2 years. I went to medical school in Louisville, Kentucky, completed my residency in South Carolina, and my wife and I both liked Louisville, so we moved back here to start my own practice. So when I started thinking about where I was going to work, I considered traditional practice, but ultimately decided to start my own direct primary care practice in Louisville. So technically I created my own job. One of the biggest challenges for me when I was starting my practice was that I was in South Carolina, and ultimately I was going to be practicing in Kentucky. So that made the logistics of finding real estate, building my network, and working out the logistics prior to starting my practice a little bit more difficult. So as part of my evaluation of what type of employment I wanted, I actually found a Facebook group for direct primary care doctors, and they were a really helpful resource on finding out best practices for setting up your own practice. So one of my recommendations that I would give residents when they're starting their job search process is to really define what you want in your job. So it can be really overwhelming when you first start because there are literally unlimited number of jobs that are available in healthcare for residents that are graduating. So the way I was able to kind of figure out what I did and didn't want to do was to kind of come up with criteria for things that I wanted to do for the next 20 years, let's say. So that included location. In family medicine, there's questions of, do you want to serve pediatric patients, or do you just want to focus on adults? Do you want to include women's health in your practice? Do you want to, maybe focus on men's health and vice versa? So once you can really focus in on those types of questions and say, what type of practice do I want to do for 6 to 8 hours a day, that can help you narrow down the jobs that you're actually interested in. So then when you're talking with the recruiter, you can say, I'm looking for a practice in this area that focuses on these types of, or this area of medicine, let's say in family medicine. And then the recruiter can then match you up better with a job that's actually going to fulfill the things that you want to do on a day-in and day-out basis.